Hello, Bill Molyneux here, and we are at Fort Washington, and we are going to view the different Endicott gun batteries throughout the park. There are several sections of these. This is Battery to Cure, and these were set up in the 1880s through 1900, 1910, and right now this is the one near the bookstore. It's quite impressive. It's amazing that we built these at the turn of the century to defend the coastal defenses of America, and we were worried of an invasion. Concrete reinforced, and the cannons would elevate up and down, so like scissors. It was quite an impressive fortifications, and they were pretty much obsolete by the time they were built. Anyhow, let's go look at some more throughout the park. I think you'll find this interesting as we keep exploring Fort Washington. All right, we're here checking out the observation tower for the Endicott Battery. And there's no access to it, so we can't climb up into it. And we are at the visitors bookstore is off to the right. And, all right, Capitol Guardian of the Fort. Let's get an overview. So this fort protects Washington, D.C., the Capitol Guardian, Fort Washington. And here's our view. You come down on it for the map wise. So it has a good circumference for the artillery crews to defend Washington, D.C. from a British invasion. Now, we've talked about the Endicott system of the Spanish-American War, the batteries that were here. And I'll just do a close-up for those of you that are war gamers. And of course, quite a bit here to see. And there's the river. And we are now going to go into the fortresses. All right, as we continue our excursions throughout Fort Washington, this is the lighthouse. Now I'm re-recording the audio on this because the wind made the audio really rough to listen to. So here I am giving you the audio retake, and hopefully this is better than the wind version. So the lighthouse is built in like 1882. And then this is the view of Fort Washington from the water view. So if you were on the boat cruise for the Mount Vernon tour, this is what you see when you pass by the fortification. Now we're going to take this path and we're going to walk up and check out another Endicott Battery. I call them Endicott Batteries for that's what this whole program was called, the Endicott Coastal Fortification System. And here we are at the placard, and as you can see, this one is in disarray like all the others. Concrete reinforced. The cannons would be mounted in these structures, and they would raise up and down so they could fire, and they would disappear. And the naval ships that would be out in the river, they wouldn't be able to see the guns or the crews. The crews are protected also. These are quite ingenious. It's just these batteries were useless by the time they were developed. Now here I'm doing some more video of how immense this fort was. There's one of the sally port doors that I went through. And as you can see, it's quite an impressive looking fort. And those walls are huge, especially when you're here in person. And once again, you got to come and visit Fort Washington. Now, the water battery, that we were up on the parapet before, and you can see that this would be quite the fort to take if you were using infantry. It really would be a siege and artillery bombardment. But as we have learned in earlier videos of Fort Washington, rifled cannons would slowly decimate the fort and break down the walls. So we're going to head over to another section of the Endicott batteries where the mortars were. And they're pretty cool. It's quite amazing that they spent the time and the money to build these fortifications. So let's head over to the other side of the park and check on another section. All right, we are at another battery and we're driving out, and I had to stop and visit this. We're going to take a look at it, and it's another Endicott battery, the Spanish-American War. These things were built all along the coast, and as we are driving by, now I'm not going to go in because I'm deathly afraid of rattlesnakes, and again, I've not seen a single one since I've been here, but I don't want to also encounter one. So the Endicott batteries, the Endicott system of gun batteries along the coast to defend our nation from invasion. I really can't imagine Spain or Germany in the 1890s, and even some museums would take those. And there's a limber in there grown over in weeds. You can't see it through the fence, but a Civil War limber. Warning, keep out hazardous structure, keep out National Park Service, and of course we're obeying all rules and regulations. And
turn right.
We're going to hit this other one. It's outside of this structure, and it'd be nice if the Park Service would let a reenactment group or another fort take them and use them as needed. All right, this is cool. This is the Mortar Battery, named Battery MiGs. These two pits contained 8 12-inch mortars. Each gun mortar was capable of hurling a 700-pound shell at a high arc. Simultaneous fire all 8 would ensure a cluster group of shells falling on the decks of attacking battleships. The rate of fire of the weapons depended on the speed and skill of the 12 men needed to serve each mortar. They practiced teamwork of 96 men rushing to load, aim, fire, reload these heavy weapons for long hours. The men of the 17th and 27th Companies Coastal Guard served the battery from 1900 through 1913. All right, here's a piece of history that is really, really cool. I mean, so these mortars were placed here in these pits. Ammunition and men were housed there, and they would lob shells out to the Potomac
Just incredible. And stay with Bill and his History World with Goober the Traveling Bear to discover more of these hidden gems of history.